Alright, now my microphone is, in fact, connected. I actually think I need to put the microphone a little bit away. Hello. OBS does this thing where the microphone just deconnects. We are in Minecraft. We have 3 trees to build, in order to get ready. We are going to... I have an idea of how we're going to do it, right? One of these trees, I think it was this one right here. I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not going to remove it or anything. We're going to build trees and they're going to stay there. What we're going to do, one thing that I realized with BWO's trees is that he actually had really dense forests. And right now these trees are really spread out. So I'm going to build a tree right next to this tree. Like literally right here. Right friggin' next to this guy. And that's how we're going to do it. Alright, let's do this. And that's just, yeah, we're going to just kind of merge the leaves together and hope for the best. Basically. So we're going to kind of fill in the gaps. In some of these areas, we're going to do this. I don't know how this is going to look, but at the end of the day, if you think about it, it really doesn't matter, because this is going to be so full of trees and stuff. It's just going to be kind of fine, you know? And so then we can... The hard part is, like, remembering what's a part of what tree. And making sure that we're actually... You know... doing the right thing. Alright, well... I'm kind of turning my brain off, just placing leaves. You know, what would 2 trees that grow right next to each other, what would that look like? Oh, I'm out of birch leaves. That's kind of what we're doing right now. What would it look like? This, I'd wager, is what it looks like. Maybe should have looked at a reference like BWO's trees before doing this. Perhaps it could have been good. But alas, here we are. We're just gonna send it. Send it. Absolutely. I learned about terminologies that I've been using that I shouldn't be using because I didn't know what it meant. So we're not going to be doing that anymore. Alright, here we are. I don't know where I placed that. I put one down. I don't know where it went. This is kind of messy. And I think a good way. Like, it feels like real trees, man. And then we can... Nope. Lot of thought. Kind of a lot of thought. But also intentionally turning my brain off to think better. Let's make this highlight. Alright. Let's see what this looks like. We're building trees fast. Also, you might notice that the timer's gone. It didn't work. That, my friends, actually doesn't look half bad. Like, that looks like 2 trees right next to each other. That actually ended up working out quite well. I think right back there is another. I want to do another one that's not as close as this, but pretty close to, I think, this guy in the back. It's kind of what I want to do. It's about to be nighttime. I'm noticing I'm getting a little loud. I'm in the red too often, so I'm gonna push the microphone back a little bit and probably to the side to about yay there. We want to make sure that's like right in front of my mouth for the most part, but the red's not good because I did some recordings. I made some Instagram videos of me rock climbing, and I figured out how to make a Gaussian splat using a software called Luma AI. Don't freak out, gentlemen. Don't freak out. Let's go on the AI tangent. How about that? That'll keep me busy for a while. So I want to be like about yay. People freak out all the time about AI, right? And then you mention things like, oh yeah, I'm using a software called Luma AI, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're using AI. Blah blah blah, you know, Jimbo, something. Wow, you're freaking out because I said the word AI. It's a taboo word these days, right? And the issue is, it was always AI. Every computer software that literally computes and does anything is an AI. AI is a blanket term for the general medium as a whole unit, right? AI is artificial intelligence. Every time you go to your computer and Google something, you are using AI because Google is an artificial intelligence that is figuring out what your question is, looking at the words you put in there, going to the people that paid money to show up first, looking at all of that information and data and saying, this probably best answers your question based off of what you said because of these keywords that are in these websites. Some cases that people have literally paid for. And that's been around for a really long time. Forgot when Google came out. That technology has existed for forever. Anytime you go into a computer software and you ask that computer software to do something for it. I mean, every time you have Excel, do a spreadsheet and compute numbers. That's basically AI. Like, it's all the same thing. Luma AI is just taking a video that you give it and analyzing it and figuring out where specific Gaussians, or what they're called, should be placed, and figuring out that information. I mean, yeah, technically, again, it is an AI, because blanket term. But yeah, I think people freak out about it way too much. Alright, brother, can you... Like, you say the word AI, and everyone starts going bananas. And it's like, dude, calm the fuck down. And this is a problem, because it's like, one thing I am trying to get into, as somebody who wants to be a better writer, I know my weaknesses in writing. My weaknesses in writing is I struggle to figure out what the story itself should be. And because of that, my stories lack story a good portion of the time. Like, literally, I'm missing the story in my stories. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to write a movie. And what I'm going to do, my highlights are on the side, is I'm literally going to, I'm creating character sheets, and then I'm going to give those character sheets and the synopsis of my story to, like, Notebook LM. And I'm going to ask it and say, hey, make me an outline for this movie that I've come up with the idea of what it should be, but I don't know the individual tiny little details of things. A little guy right back there. He was meant to merge more, but I don't hate it. Okay. That's 4 trees. We're going to kind of do a sleazy move here, right? Y'all probably aren't gonna like this. We're gonna do kind of a sleazy move. I decided we're not gonna worry about highlights, so we can throw that in there. I am going to make a very good-looking, non-good-looking tree. Yeah? What we're gonna do, right? We're just gonna keep these in my inventory. I don't really know why I'm putting these away. It's just the way my brain works. I don't want to have that out. All right, wood. I need spruce fences. Do I have? Yes, I do. 27. That should be enough. We also would really like trapdoors, and or we can use some jungle buttons. I should probably use some other buttons as well. I mean, we get like 3 of these. Make 12 of those buttons. All right. Should probably also get. Oh, where do I keep my scaffolding? If I were keeping scaffolding, I'd probably not the colors. I'd probably put it in this one. In the. Yeah, I do. Look at that. You see what I mean? Even when I think I am going to lose an item, be like, I don't know where I put this item, what category, I still would be like, well, if I were me, I would put it in this category. And guess what, gentlemen? I put it in that category. Because I am me. Alright, so we're going to put, like, button over there. We don't need those yet. We're going to put button over there, and I think another button. No. Another button up there. And then we're going to do, like, little twigger. Whoa. Oh, don't say that. Little twig. Just keep it at twig, please. Little twig right there. And then I think, yeah, we'll just, alright. Oh, that's where it went. Little guys like that. And that just adds a little bit of variety on the ground floor there. Yeah, alright. So let's add a really low hanging branch. Like, I mean, low hanging branch. Kind of like low hanging fruit. We can put a mushroom down there. A little knob up there. And then we can also put, I will say this is probably my, like, alright, that works. This is probably one of the things about scaffolding that's the most annoying is when you need to place, like, shift items. And it's really hard to do. I'm actually going to put a tiny little guy there, and then a little knob right there. That adds a little bit of variety over here. I mean, over here. This guy's a little guy, so we'll probably put a mushroom up there. knob up there, a little branch over there, and a little branch over there. Alright, so now what I want to do is to add our 5th tree. So we're going to say... What about here? Yeah. 5th tree, gentlemen. Watch this. Watch this. You're going to love this. Boom. That's a tree right there. 5th tree. Tree number 5. Right there. I'm actually not a fan of that. I kind of need some leaves around that. The area I went to was not leafy enough, so it does not actually look believable that this is its own tree. But we can do, like, a little bit of this action. I mean, to a degree, this is still its own tree. Alright, I think that should probably be good, though. Just a little bit of extra leafage around it to make it look like it's a growing tree. That's a little too much leafage. That's a little too much. I don't think that looks good. It's getting dark. It's getting nighttime. This is a little too much. These ones right there specifically. Those 3 leaves. I think that should probably do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a tree. That's a growing tree right there. Growing tree in the forest. Definitely need to utilize that a little bit smarter. It's not just place fence. It's find really bushy parts of trees. Honestly, like right there. And like right next to the tree, like put it. I think I'd put it a little far away. But I think with trees all around it, and we'll probably put like rock or something, we can cover that up. But that's 5 trees. You know what that means? It means we're hopping back to the Elden Ring. Yes. Let me clear my inventory. This went by a lot faster than I was expecting it to. I'm gonna be real with you. I thought I would be doing this for longer. Let's go ahead and put this respawn up. That shouldn't belong there. Alright. I'm a very organized person. Okay. Gentlemen. I don't want to close out of that. I am going to go back to the main menu. Alright, gentlemen. We're going to swap over to our Elden Ring content. And we're going to play Elden Ring. And we're going to try not to die. So we've already died 5 times. Which is not good. We want to not die again. I am tempted to swap my idea for the build that we're working with right now, alright? We're trying to build a specific build, and I kind of want to change up what we're going for, right? Right, we were trying to get runes from this guy, and he was not cooperating. So instead, we're going to use any runes that we picked up from graveyards and pop those and try to just boost health. A little bit is the goal. Just get a little bit of health going, because right now I have no health because I upgraded my weapon a decent amount. Get that health so we can survive a few hits. Alright. Not the most Not the most profitable runes. I will say. Not the most profitable. Alright, brother. I'm pretty sure... Brother, I hate the fact that the wildlife does this. That's so annoying. Friggin' trying to do stuff over here. Friggin' sheep is angry at me. Where else would give me good runage? Have not gone to Altus yet. That would probably have some higher paying runes. Also don't think I checked the graveyard that's like right around here. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go to round table, sell the runes that I just collected, and hope for the best. That's the plan. Juice and strength, juice and health. That's all I care about. I miss. All right, 16. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Not that great though. So we could try going back to this shit. I don't know. We could try killing this guy again. We have a really holy build going. This would give us the holy tier. All of this is to kill one enemy. I'm gonna try it again. And see how it goes with more health. We're gonna have to build so many trees, dude. This is good. We need the forest. The forest is important. This is important. Honestly, AI is still on my mind, so we're gonna use that as like a good talking point. I think people. Yeah. So, AI, gentlemen. People are always freaking out about it, right? I don't think I went to the right spot. No, I did not. Alright. I think people just freak out about it. I personally don't think that it'll ever equate to taking over people's jobs the way people are afraid that it's going to do. Like, what people are afraid of AI doing to them, their businesses, whatever, to their career fields, especially for aspiring college students who are like, oh no, it's going to replace us, they're not going to need us, is false. I can't remember where it was. I just stumbled upon it. I don't think that's going to be the case, because the consumer will 100% always want human-generated art in any creative field. Always. Oh, jeez Louise. Well, the good news is the health was useful. The bad news is I almost just died to a freaking rune bear out in the wild. I hope this guy does not follow me all the way here, because that's going to make this... Alright, he's following me all the way out here. Alright, he stopped following me, I think. Alright. How did I do that? This isn't good that we've lost a chunk of our health in one hit, and we have almost no health left. Alright, I love jumping over that. Thank you. This is not meant to be hard. Alright, I need to stop running around the head and onto the back shoulders. I'm not using the B button at all during this. Alright. Why do I... Okay. I'm trying to figure out why when I jump, like just a small jump, not pressing the B button, I'm jumping over the head. Like right there. I feel like I had extra speed that I never gave, and therefore I'm missing the jump. Whereas other people just do the double jump, and naturally the secondary jump. Alright. It didn't let me jump the second time. Ah, okay, I don't even know what happened there. All of this, and I'm just gonna die in one hit. Why are you... Why? I don't understand when it does that. I'm like, I'm not even facing that direction, you're just jumping. See, like right there. I don't know why I turned 90 degrees in a random direction. I wanted to slightly adjust where I was. I had it, but I thought I didn't, so I just assumed I was gonna fall. I mean, I was right, I did fall. I jumped around it. The good news is, once we get this, like... Alright, gotta love the second jump. When you jump once, and instead of your first jump being a normal jump, and I stop sprinting randomly. Torrent, please, calm down. Okay, that wasn't his head. 90% of the stream is just going to be me trying to do this jump. This skip. Why didn't you jump? I pressed the button when I landed. And instead I ran off, and then it jumped. Alright, this is getting annoying. Gotta remember, I'm basing my playthrough off of somebody who has 3,000 hours in the game and has probably done this several times, and has probably done what I'm doing right now 1,000 times over to get it consistently. And I'm getting annoyed that I'm not getting it first try. Why? Why do I get so annoyed that I don't get these immediately? Because I see other people do it easily. And so I assume it must be easy. I don't know what I jumped off of on that one. I just want the Holy Shroud cracked here. That's it. I just want more holy damage. Keep running on the back. Keep not landing where I need to on the shoulder. And then I do that. I'm gonna heal, because I don't like the fact that I don't have full health. Because that means I'm gonna get one shot anyways. There we go. Sacred Blade. Okay. Alright. B button didn't want to press. I believed I was on the verge of a stagger. I don't think I was close to a stagger at all. So I forced it. I also don't know why I didn't heal at all, but I was afraid if I healed, I was just going to get hit anyways. Alright, we're back to having one tree on the board. At least I won't die in one hit, which is good. Alright, that's awesome. Did you know you can sprint run? The Sacred Bladed. Alright. Why? I'm pressing the button. 2 trees. I seriously hate pressing the button and not rolling. On the foot one, I pressed the button and I didn't roll. And then on that one, I pressed the button and didn't roll. And I don't know if it's in-game, something is preventing me, like I'm still in an animation, it's the frame data that I just don't know. So it looks like it, but I don't have that 3,000 hour knowledge. Or if literally my controller is just not registering that I'm pressing the button. Because it's quite annoying when I'm literally pressing the button and I'm watching my character and not do the thing that the button that I'm pressing is supposed to be making him do. Please. Do the buttons. Do the buttons that you're supposed to do. Alright, I'm on the B button. B. B. B again. Nice. Press the button there. Didn't do it. I don't know why I frickin' rolled so early, dude. I saw the attack and rolled. That's not how dodging works. You don't dodge when you see an attack. You dodge when the attack is actually happening. I don't think I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm way too weak right now, and I don't have enough health. 3 trees. Where do I want to go next? What do I want to do? What can I do that isn't going to get me killed? I kind of just want to rip the death bird. I actually do just kind of want to try to get that guy. I'm going to go this way. So we're already on 3 trees. It's been like 5 minutes, and I'm already needing to build 3 trees because I suck so bad. I'm not 100% sure how good this controller is. If I'm being totally with you. Grail, I don't care about you. Watch him one-shot me because he just decides. Normally you can just run past him and it's fine. Usually. I haven't been hit doing this before. There's a graveyard up here that I don't think I've checked. that I've gone to, and I know it has good runage. Yeah. Because a gray old cheese isn't working. For some reason. I kind of now want to invest in an actual, like, good controller, because I just keep buying Nintendo controllers. If you want to know why Nintendo specifically, because I have a Nintendo Switch, and I don't have an Xbox or a PC, PS2, PS whatever, PlayStation. That's what the actual term is. So I'm naturally gonna do that. I could kill this guy. Could smack at him for a very long time. But that literally might take forever. But this would give me like 50,000 runes. Something like that. Yeah, that's way too slow. Alright. Let's get the other half of the Dectus. Why not? We's here. Don't care about Radagons. That's not something we're going to use. Oh, this has, like, no poison resist. Ooh. Poison's not really a problem, though. Alright. Cool. That's the other half of the deck now, and so we can go... We can go places. Let's get out of Dragon Barrow, because everything here can kill us in one hit. Because I feel like a multi-hit build would be quite enjoyable. I enjoy multi-hit bleed specifically. We can really build around that, whereas Death Poker, you can't really. Hello, Millicent. Cool, I can get you your thing. So that's kind of an idea. Especially because I'm a little bit more familiar with it, but that's kind of the reason why I don't want to do it. Is because I'm a little familiar with it. So I kind of wanted to try something new. Something good and new. More accurately and specifically. Yeah, I feel like if I fight this Deathbird, it's not going to end well, even with the Holy and Strike. I just do, like, no damage. I think there's a way down over here. You can kind of just ride the waves. Yeah. Alright, well, actually, this is exactly where we want to be. This is where the death bird that has death poker is. Okay, dude, calm down. So right around the corner, that's where the bird is that's gonna give us the thing that we want. You know what? Let's just send it. Death birds aren't... I think a death bird might be easier, but also I'm probably gonna die in one hit. Which isn't good. But... Alright, well, that's great. That's death. Yeah, so I'm gonna die in one hit. I'm still too weak to do literally anything in the game. And I'm too weak to even get a tiny bit of an edge, because I can't kill a single boss. We're on 4 trees. We're 1 hit to this death bird. So I kind of need to just spend every single bit of runes on health, so I don't die in 1 hit. Instead, I'll die in 2 hits. Which isn't great, but at least it's better than 1. And I have upgraded. Yeah, this is at least a +4. You know? You could do 20 and then... Nah, it's... Yeah, being able to do that extra holy damage would be really nice. We can try it again. A little bit more health. I doubt we'll live. Oh, that's death. I didn't get hit. That's crazy. Okay, I thought you were doing something else. I pressed the button. I'm friggin' pressing the button. I need a hand cam, dude, so you can see me pressing the button. 5 trees. Oh, it's morning. I love dying to nighttime bosses, and it switches it to morning every time. So you have to stop, do this, and then go again. At least we do nice damage. We do a good chunk of damage to this guy. I'm just gonna drink it over here. I don't care if I lose a little bit of time. How did I not hit you? Where am I? What the? I did it! Holy. Hello, Jack Carter. I'm doing pretty well. I was having a rough time trying to get this, but there she is. Death's Poker. This is the weapon we were trying to get. Holy. I did it. Alright. I was locked in, dude. I was focused. Alright, well. Welcome in, Jack. The challenge is, every time I die, I have to build a tree in Minecraft. We're going to actually be switching over pretty soon because I died 5 times already. Shoot, I should have just gone for that guy straight off the bat. So this is the weapon that we want. We need 15 strength, 17 dex, and 11 int. Oh boy. We have strength tier. So we just need 2 levels. Wait. 15 strength. So we don't need that. Dex tier I might need. That's dex tier. Okay, that's the 17. Alright. We can wield Death's Poker. Right, so 2-hand. Actually, we should be able to... Right, so that... Alright, I need to be in combat so I can see if I can wield this, but... We should be able to wield Death's Poker now. So we're already on 5 trees. I need to go... I had to spend all of the money I just got from that on that guy. But I think... I could probably kill Margit with +0 Death's Poker. So we have the dex, we have that, and with the strength tier and the physic should give us the strength required to wield. However, dual wielding, yeah, because we're dual wielding it, we can use it, which is very good. Also, I need to move it to my left hand. I'm going to rest at the side of Grace, move this over to my left hand, and we'll move over to Minecraft. Build 12 trees, or 12, holy, I didn't die that many times. Build 5 trees. Though we have a pretty good groove for building trees now, so I don't think that should be a problem. So really we want that. So right, so it's, non-wieldable. Wieldable. Good, 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 good. Alright, so we're going to go to the main menu. And then we're going to swap over to Minecraft. Once this is done doing its thing. So you can pop that jit. Oh, you want to know something really, really funny? Hold on, I have a notification in Discord, and it is annoying me. Ooh. Anyways, swap over to Minecraft, pop that jit. It's kind of weird going between the 2 playing methods because, of course, it's keyboard and mouse, and then I'm swapping over to the other thing. All right, so let's grab ourselves these things. I'm using a lot of spruce wood, not as much tough. I could probably get a little bit more tough in there. All right, so we only want these 2 on the hotbar. Oh, wait, we can keep those on the hotbar. I honestly... Oh. Alright, so this one can just stay in here. This one we want to come with us. 5 trees. The forest is being built right before your eyes. I'm just going to put a tree, like, I think, honestly, right here. Okay, to, like, about there. I need one of these that has, like, pretty wide base, you know? Pretty wide girth. Because I feel like some of these leaf bases are just not doing it, you know? And then we'll be sending the coke pretty soon. Oh, that's what I was trying to tell you earlier, that I got distracted by myself. So you remember how the computer was overheating and all that good jazz? Well, I did a deep clean of it last night. Or no, like 2 nights ago. And it has cooled the computer by 30 degrees by dusting the whole thing. So, if you ever feel like your computer is getting way too hot and you don't know why, it may be because it is just really dusty. Which makes sense, because the dust heats up. No, that doesn't go there. The dust heats up and gets all the gook everywhere. It's not great. It's not ideal. Nobody likes it. But it is what it is, you know? So yeah. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. Death birds are really easy, even deathrite birds. I mean, heck, I think I got hit like twice in that last fight. There's always a little bit of me that's like, I shouldn't really be celebrating that I killed a deathrite bird. You know, those aren't hard bosses to fight. So I should not necessarily be so happy to defeat such an easy boss, but I'm in the stage of the game where that's what it's like. It just be that way. But you know what? That's fine. We gotta take our victories where they're at. You know what I mean? I can't be denying the victory, you know? Alright, no, this is actually a tall one. We kind of need to, we should probably go. Kind of tall with this one. I will say, building trees without placing the, I think I kind of got to a point where we're kind of needing to go to the walls. Alright, boom. Tree. Look at that. I feel like we built a tree in no time. Oh, yeah, Bob. That's a weird-looking one. I mean, it's like a good-looking, weird-looking, you know? Because I built a really tall trunk, but the portion of leaves compared to that, how much trunk is there, is not really making much sense. That's fine. What we can do to fix that problem, rather than, you know, I kind of like leaving the trees where they're at, rather than trying to do something to fix it. I think I'm actually going to build another tree, like, really close by to this one, and kind of start it lower, and try to see how that works. So, like, right about here, like, have this one be a shorter tree, but, you know, it kind of expands more into, basically, it's filling in those gaps that I just expressed for me, so I don't have to worry about it, you know? And that's kind of cool. Because now I can just freaking rip it, dude. And we're doing pretty good. And then eventually this is just going to kind of combine. And building trees like this, actually, makes the tree build process a little bit faster. So like now we're kind of getting into the weeds a little bit. This is definitely going to be a shorter tree, brother. Misplacing these leaves is devastating. Because then I don't know where the leaf went. Alright, I kind of have to drop down. Because I need to... Alright. This one's probably not gonna have... It'll have the highlights on the top, but not on the side, because the side where the highlights need to be is obscured by tree. See, look at that. And that just kind of fills in the gap a little bit. But this tree also is just not that good looking. So, like, at the end of the day, you just need to keep putting more trees down. Because the more trees you have, the more of a forest you've got. And, like, look at this. We've already got a little bit of forest. We have a little bit of an open patch right here. So I think I need to start putting trees definitely more around this one, kind of encompass this one, and then eventually tear this tree down and rebuild a new tree in its place. And that new tree will be one of these, and we can just put the button back. For those of you who don't know, this is actually... This is actually an elevator shaft. This leads to my moss farm. Actually, technically, it's my bone meal farm. It does not produce moss. It produces bone meal. So, yeah. We just built 2 trees. Let's build another one. I'm going to build it back yonder. I feel like that's where they're needed. And things I want to do is, like, yeah, we have these, like, dark spots. But in these much brighter spots, I want to have, like, more moss. But I definitely think, like... I kind of want to have... more... Actually, yeah, we'll put one right there. I don't remember what I was saying. I don't know, I maybe should have removed that guy already. Because he's kinda in the way. And it's fine if the trees kind of conjoin a little bit together. Like, that's perfectly fine. Like, think about all of the forests that you've been in kind of do that. You know? So it's quite natural. Alright. That doesn't go there. I will say, building with the bushier leaves sometimes makes the leaf placement harder. Because I can't tell... Actually, I kind of like that one. Kind of like that leaf placement, you know? Makes it kind of hard to tell exactly where what is, you know? Kind of funny. Alright. I will say, I definitely feel like I should have music queued up for the Minecraft sessions. It feels awfully quiet because there's no in-game shoot. Well, I guess there are in-game shoots. Oh, that's why I don't do it. Okay, I just remembered why I don't have, like, at least Minecraft music on right now. And it's because... Dag frickin' nabbit, dude. I forgot to record this whole thing. Frickin' whole hour into stream, and I forgot to record it. Dang it, dude. I even remembered before I hit start stream, like in the 2 minutes before streaming, I had told myself, don't forget to record. Because when I don't record, I have to build soundscapes because there's no... all the audio is on one thing. Dang it. And you want to know what else? Don't have a flashback going either. That sucks. That actually really sucks. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of ruined... that kind of killed the mood. I was happy about the death bird, now I'm not feeling it as much. Because, like, dude, I just screwed myself over so hard. Because now I gotta worry about that. That's kind of funky at the top, but, you know, that's fine. What was that? That was tree number 3? Hold up, let me grab my fences and try to put tree number 4. Just slap it in there. I have a better idea how to do tree number 4. We can get 4 and 5 like this. Gentlemen, we're not supposed to be building this many trees. Like, I gotta put it right here. You know? This is where this is how it actually works. How these ones work. You do this. Not that. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, that's tree number 4. Yes, I'm counting that as a tree. Because it is. It's a little stalk right there. Alright, well, if I didn't have these fences in my inventory, I'd have enough space for all the leaves. Alright, let's put these away. Before I get tempted to just do that again. I want to get back to the Elden Ring. We were making good progress. We got Deathspoker. We're going to try to kill Margit. Deathless. We're not going to die to him. We're going to use him to upgrade... It's times like these where I think it's beneficial to just record the little startup stream portion instead of waiting for that to be done. Because that's why I didn't record sooner. It was because I didn't want to catch the stream starting soon stuff. And so I waited a little too long. I didn't necessarily need the stream intro to be in the video. Because I would have cut it out anyways. And I should have just done it anyways, you know? I should have just recorded. I should just stream and record immediately and just... It's 2 minutes that I gotta cut out. Like, that's not an end of the deal, but you're trying to be more efficient, and now I've now given myself more work in the post-production by forgetting to record than if I had just remembered to record. This is tree number 5, gentlemen. We're gonna get back to the grind after this. We're gonna get back to the grind. Margit's not gonna kill himself. At least I don't think he does. I don't know, the guy might be depressed. He is an omen, after all. And, you know, his brother is being kind of, like, tricked by... I don't know what Mikola is. been trying to figure that out for too long. I'm like, is Mikola a dude or or a freaking girl or like what? And then Radagon's America, like, oh my gosh, kind of funky family going on here. All right, I have realized though, in story crafting, okay, brother, you just had to do that. You just had to desync the friggin' shift button. All right. Anyways, in story crafting, I've noticed, mainly with my story crafting, I need to make my worlds a little dirtier. Because I tend, and I think this is because my writing and everything, to a degree, is filtered through Christianity. So whenever I try to build my own religions, I look at Christianity, which is quite nice. You know, literally perfection as a god. Like, you have the best god ever. And I look at that, and okay, I literally am trying not to cover that whole up. One more. And I'm realizing, okay, dude. All right, dude. Come on. Stop. Please. Please stop. I don't even remember what I wanted anymore. Did I want that? Yeah. Anyways. Oh, frick. I'm losing every single word I want to say right now. That's true number 5. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, moldy world building. I realized that my like religions are too nice. Like, everyone plays well together. There's no like, you look at like mythologies and all of these other things and a lot of like fantasy series. There's a lot of incest and like fantasy, and especially when it comes to like the gods. And a lot of times that very thing is the result. It ends up resulting in usually certain races being created. Like, this is how, I don't have a good example. I don't know mythology well enough. But, like, you know, how a certain race might come about. Or, like, there's a reason there's a defect in this race of creatures because these two gods got together when they shouldn't have. And that kind of screwed everything over. And I realize in my writing, I don't do that. All right, gentlemen, that's 5 more trees built. We have a total of 10 trees and our little forest here. Right. This tree, if you're wondering why this one has azalea and these ones have oak, this tree is the original copied B00 tree. The other ones all have been built by me to replicate this style of tree. I think to a degree we're doing a pretty good job of it. Eventually, there will be so many trees in this surface, like on this little hill here, that you're kind of going to lose yourself in what's going on. Also, I'm realizing these trees are really friggin' short. I need to make them much taller. Much, much taller. Like, this was meant to be actually tall. And I'm going a little short. Because I need, like, look at that tree in comparison to the size of this. That's what we want. We want this to be kind of engulfed by the forests. And then the big one over there to not be that way. All right. It is Coke time, so we're going to disconnect, which is going to do this. We'll do trees. So I'm gonna be right back. We can swap over this. I'm gonna be right back. Grab myself a Coke. You know, no, I'm not gonna do the Instagram thing. I was gonna do an Instagram thing. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just leave it recording so I don't forget. All right, I'll be right back. I lied, gentlemen. I lied. I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna use my little headphones over here. Right, so that way my phone can get the crack real nice. We're gonna pop one right here, because I always crack it right next to this guy. Alright, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Take this, plug it into the phone. Right, boom. Alright, a bunch of things here. Ooh. Looks like I'm playing. Hold on. Hold on. Indoor is a go. Alright, looks like it's gonna be indoor volleyball today. How nice. Alright. Alright, so this is how we're gonna do this. Alright. Alright, so. Product placement, hey. Lol. Alright, we're gonna try that again. I can't flip the camera around when recording. Good to know. Okay, gentlemen, that was it. I like Coke. We're gonna make Instagrams about that. We're taking a little bit of a pause here. This is important. This is very important. Let's see what that looked like. What did that sound like? Gosh, there's so much headroom. All right. Very good. Very good. All right, let's upload this straight from the phone to the grams. This is very important. Trust. All right, while we're doing that, we can at least Oh, we're lagging. All right, we're not lagging anymore. We can at least hop into the game. All right. So that's that. Dude, let's freaking upload it to the story, dude. I'd give that like I'd give that a 6 out of 10. All right, well. Yeah. 6 out of 10. That ought to be good. All right, gentlemen. We have uploaded it to our story. We are a grammar. All right, let's not die to what is Death's poker scale with? I believe it's int. Right? Oh, actually, no. It scales with strength, but the Ash of War scales with int. I am not going to be doing charge text. We'll have the int tier and the strength tier in the physic. That's what I need to do. That's the solution. We're not going to really be using that. We're going to be using this. All right, we're ripping it. Gentlemen, we're ripping it. I only have one blue flask. That ought to be. Alright, that's not how that works. Alright, I'm panic dodging. Alright. Margit. I'm heavy. That's why. Pick up the pants. Okay, that's bad. How does this work? How does this work? I don't know. I thought it was double L2, like you did L2 and then you would hit L2 again. I guess we're building a tree. I did not know. I guess I don't know how Death's Poker works. That's kind of a problem. Do I have a better talisman for this? No. Is there a talisman that I can get easily? That's what it is. It's L2, R1 is with that. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Also, I thought something was glitching out with my game when I was dodging earlier, because I'm like, why is it going so slowly? What's going on? I'm fat rolling. Gentlemen, we're already on one tree. That's okay. Now that we know what we're doing, we should be able to friggin' rip it, dude. Alright, Margit. Calm down, buddy. I dodged too soon. Alright, I'd also dodged too soon. Ow. Alright, I pressed dodge like 4 times during that. Freaking, your stupid things are wasting... I don't have any more blue. I am... Oh my gosh, I don't know how many times I pressed the B button during that. And how many times it didn't dodge. How hard do I have to press the B button for it to dodge? I was pressing the button. I was freaking, like... I'm pressing the button. I admit, I know I'm not playing great. I know I'm not doing great. But still, I'm pressing the button. Alright, that time I was stuck in that. Margit, please get away from the edge. Do something. When I said do something, it's not what I meant. Land in my fire. Okay. Press B several times in that. Oop. I dodged it early on. Alright, couldn't press B during any of that. I was trying to. Alright, that combo I don't think I can dodge out of, because I've tried. Oh, wow. Because I'm trying to dodge out of that. Okay, I thought I was out of range. I genuinely thought I was out of range of that. Alright, so Death's Poker unupgraded is not very good. I need to upgrade it. The actual Ash of War is not doing a whole lot of damage. And it's not very good. What is that? 3 trees? I hate Margit's fight. I'm not gonna lie. That one combo is really annoying. There's a graveyard up here. I need runes so I can buy upgrades so I can upgrade Death's Poker. I only have 3 runes, and... Let's see. Godfrey's Icon... no. Godfrey Icon is not very good for the weapon, I've learned. It does, because Godfrey Icon is for charged attacks. Like, charging Ash of Wars. It's Shard of Alexander that we want. But I don't have it. I could get the worst version of it, which is Warrior Jar Shard, which honestly may be worth it, because right now I kind of need to increase damage. Because I don't do enough. Obviously, charged attacks. Absolutely useless. Alright, don't do that. More flasks could be helpful. Because I don't have a lot. What are we at? 3? I think it's 3 trees. I think we're at 3 trees. Oh, I can't sell things at you. Alright. Well, back to here then. We're gonna sell all the runes that I just got. And try to level up the weapon a little bit. Maybe to 2. 3 would be nice, but I don't think I can get that far. Okay. And I don't... Yeah, I don't already have one. Which is unfortunate. Can't really think of other talismans that would be helpful. I guess, I mean, a talisman that maybe... Well... Alright, well... Don't know if you could hear that, but I've pressed that several times. So... 1, 2... 1, 3... +2 Death's Poker. Let's see how a +2 Death's Poker does against Margit. I'm also not wearing any pants. Okay, bro. Wow. You see how long I was stuck? This is looking a lot better, though. Let's go. Let's go. Margit dead. Very, very nice. Very nice. Strength. So strength will make the weapon itself stronger. But intelligence, I honestly feel like health is more valuable. Health is a little bit more valuable. Godric time. So we just got our... Yeah, we just got... Well, we were at 3 trees. Or was it 4? I'm gonna say 3. I don't want to build that more. I don't want to build that many trees. Alright, technically I said we'd be swapping more frequently. So I guess we're gonna swap and build 3 new trees for the 3 deaths to Margit. And that should be good. We can do that. Kind of funny how I have to get out of Elden Ring because I have to open up a web, like not a web. I have to open a what do you call folder? Jeez. Windows. Very good, very good. I know we could probably also buy a somber. One of the things we also want to do, I'm thinking building the 3 trees around this one, tearing this one down, except for probably the middle bit. We can probably tear all of it down except for, like, the first block that has the button. We're gonna do this. One more. So, yeah. I will say, the nice thing about this little challenge that I'm doing is that it's very, very unique. And I'm hoping... I'm hoping I finish it. So I've actually given myself a failsafe with the challenge. You stream folks, you're gonna be in for some good lore here, alright? I've given myself a failsafe, alright? The challenge will... Truthfully, the challenge is beating Elden Ring every time I die. I have to build a tree. However, the challenge ends when I have a forest. So once I build enough trees that I have a forest, we no longer need to play Elden Ring. Or at least dying doesn't mean building another tree because we don't have space for it. The reason this is important is because there are 2 bosses in the DLC that I still have yet to actually defeat. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to defeat them. So, if I get stuck in an endless death loop with them, then I have a failsafe if I just keep dying, you know? So I can pull the plug. I can actually have like a rule that allows me to pull the plug without being kind of like, oh, well, I can't do it, and more give uppy and more like, all right, well, the challenge was when I build the forest is built. We don't need to kill these guys. Now, I hope that I'd kill them because that'd be fun. And also I haven't killed them yet, so that'd also be really exciting. But it's not going to be something that's going to hold up the challenge, which is kind of nice, you know, because that's always a concern with some of these like challenge runs is getting stuck on them, especially like the French challenge was truthfully never a good idea because Deathless is a format not suited for beginner players. And I'm still a beginner player by all means. Like, in no way would I consider myself not a beginner player. I think when I get to, like, maybe 100, 150, like, when I can comfortably beat bosses without dying in not ideal conditions, EX, +0 weapons, or stuff like that. And I mean, like, I mean, okay, yeah, maybe not, like, super hard bosses, but, like, still, to a degree. Kind of the hard bosses as well. Like, being able to defeat, like, Margit Godric with low-level weapons or stuff like that. You know, being able to move through the game fast. I think I have the knowledge of the game just barely... Like, if I were to put myself on a scale of, like... Honestly, the scale is out of 100, 2 being an intermediate. I'd probably put myself at, like, 13. So by no means am I really... Like, I'm on the scale to becoming intermediate. Like, we've gotten there, I'd say, at least. But... Not really any further than that, you know? We haven't gotten good enough at the game to get to that point. Alright, I need to go a little bit taller with this tree than I probably otherwise would. Just because... I think it would make... Nope, either of you are supposed to go there. Actually, I can leave now. I think that's fine. Alright, I think now we can transition into these guys. And we can put that guy there. Yeah, that's good. That's a good height. Like, we need these trees to be tall. Oh, that's a good tree. I like that one. Okay. Next. This one, I think we're going to kind of nestle in there. I know I said I wanted to build around this tree. I know that's what I said. But I'm probably not going to directly build around the tree. just because I want to remove it first before I really get too close, so that way I have the room and I can like build other trees in the area quite close to it. I kind of want to give myself that option. Also, I am absolutely, I don't know about you guys, but I am absolutely loving these trees. Like, compared to what we have, we're gonna leave those ones like that. We're not gonna update those. Because I kind of like the idea, and after speaking with Denald on the stream, he had mentioned that this is meant to be like a forever world. So I'm gonna start treating it mentally like that. Which should hopefully allow me to kind of branch out and do some more stuff that's not necessarily over here, just because I don't feel confined anymore by server restart limits, which would be quite nice. I don't know what I'm saying. Either way, frick, I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, I'm loving these trees. I think they look good. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so I want to keep those there as not like a reminder, like a painful reminder, but just like this is where, all right, this is where I started. You know, this is where I started. This is where we're coming from. I think that is kind of cool to be able to explore that and kind of be like, all right, yeah, we were in a position where our trees were not good, which is why I never tried building them. Which is why I never put the time and effort into building trees or forests. Like I was supposed to build a forest over here. I since removed that entire forest so I could make room for this. And boy, oh boy, am I glad that I did that. Because holy, these trees look really good. Now, this is where things get kind of weird. Because some people are not going to necessarily be too awfully fond with the fact that, obviously, these trees are so heavily inspired by B-Dub's trees that they're kind of replicas of them. Again, my hand building the tree. The design, I think it's fine and safe to say that, yeah, the design is B-Dub's. I don't mind saying that. I definitely didn't design this. And I need to start. This is basically, I feel like, okay, Lightmatica is like tracing. Is like tracing out a build, especially when you're, like, if you're taking builds from other people, like, it's tracing out that build from that person. And I think that's, like, kind of a cool way to think about it. Because I feel like a lot of people would look at Lightmatica, and a lot of people really like to say that Lightmatica is cheating and all of this garbly-gook about it. Because they see the person walk up and do all the things, and they're like, you're not actually building it, you're just copying it or something. Especially, like, if you're going to take somebody else's build, which I certainly have done before. Not, like, taking the credit for it, but, like, I've realized that I'm not good at building certain things, so I might take, like, I have a build in my A Little Bit Extra series, or A Little Bit Extra world, I should say, that is a windmill that I found online and built, and then kind of altered the design. But, like, a great example of what you want to get to is this build here. I used a reference to create this, an actual Minecraft reference. And through the process of building this lighthouse, I eventually got to a point where it no longer it no longer looked like... I'm going to do the fence tree as the last one. It no longer looked like a... Okay, that doesn't go there. I'm not going to do that. What was I saying? It no longer looked like the original build, right? It no longer looked like the build that I was referencing. It kind of uniquely got shaped and became its own thing, and I feel comfortable saying that I built that. I built it with a reference, but think about it. Every art form has a reference. And as much as I hate to say it, because I don't usually like using references, I think this is the best way to do these ones, is like right next to the trees. Because it's more believable that it is going up into the actual thing. So I mean, even doing things like this can look really bad if done poorly. We're gonna leave that there as an example of that, so we don't do it again. But like, you put it in the right spot, now it kind of looks like, yeah, like that could totally be a tree there, and then you keep surrounding it. All right, so next death, or next time we swap back to Minecraft, we're gonna tear this tree down and rebuild that one as one of the better trees, and then build around it. The whole point of this forest, literally the forest, is meant to cover up that one tree, is meant to hide it. And I would keep it, but because the intention of it is meant to kind of hide it, I don't want to do that. Okay. So, let's kill Godric. Gotta give her a second here to get in order. All right, my friend. All right, I think I'm confusing my friend. Let's see how my... That's a cool photo. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the grams. Anyways, let's hop back into it. I would like to upgrade Death's Poker more if I can, to at least +4, because we have the availability to do that. I don't think we're gonna get there. Especially not without killing another boss. Oh, we should probably get the magic shrouding tier, because this does magic damage. But... Oh, I don't have enough money, so I need 10,000 to buy both of these, and then probably another sum of money. So we're probably gonna have to kill Godric. I was going to kill the Earth Tree again, but I don't really want to do that. All right, Jit. I don't know why. Like, I see people doing this, so I just assume this is something I should do. I think it opens this sooner. All right, gentlemen. Holy crap. I was not necessarily thinking about that I needed to move like that, but it certainly looked like it. I die too easily, so I am going to rest at this. I am going to rest at this side of Grace. It's funny, I have the face cam now, so you can see my expressions. But the irony is that it's in the way of my face. So, like, when I'm making an expression, you can't even see my face. Alright, well... I don't know what talismans so the way this works is... Okay, that is not how that works. Copy that, Jit. Alright. I would also like the Spellblade set, which I get from Rogier, but he kind of needs to die, I think, to get it, which increases that. Is it so? Shard of Alexander, you get the full potency of it later in the game, but I think I'm gonna get it right now. I'm gonna get Warrior Jar Shard because Warrior Jar Shard gives me 10% boost to Ash of War. Whereas Shard of Alexander gives me 15% boost. But maybe when I get to the DLC, I'll pivot into something else.
Oh, I at these. I thank just give and I'll don't dally, give it your all. Gosh, stop, please.
Sorry, Alexander. But that's what we want. Boost powers of attack skills. So this will certainly give us more juice to the build. Alright, I got scared that I didn't light the grace, and I was like, holy, no. You know what else I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna get Bernasti's armor. It's better. Alright. Thank you, Bernasti. Alright, so we are heavy load. Okay, we're still medium load with this, at least. Heavy load. Heavy load. Alright. Some endurance would kind of be nice. But also... yeah, hold up. I have enough to, I think, purchase a Somber 3 and maybe upgrade it, Death Poker to 3. I think at 3 will be pretty good. Death Poker's not going to be great against Renala because she's magic resistant, but we'll just do her at a higher scaling. Alright, Somber 3. Look at that. That we about that. Blum. It can be that way sometimes. Alright. Yeah, I don't have enough to level myself up. To Godric. These birds are really... These birds are really annoying. I'm gonna grab the golden seed. I'm gonna do it. Alright. Okay. Godric should not be that big of a deal. I don't think. With Warrior Jar Shard +3, I think we'll be fine. Very good. Ow. Holy. Alright, I'm trying to dodge. Cool. That's all we needed, gentlemen. I didn't even die.
One day, we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of cold.
Shut up. Thank you. Alright. Gentlemen. Gentlemen. We're gonna get ourselves Somber 4. Deathpoker. So Somber 4 now. Let's boost endurance a little bit. Let's bring endurance up to 13, I guess. We don't want this. Not useful. I want to bring it up to 15. Is that enough to put pants on? No. Is it enough to put helmet on? No. Yikes. Arsenal Charm could be good. We could boost strength. Only do 1 level. I would really like to wear more armor. I can do that. Both of those are going to put me ahead of load, but that's fine. Okay. 41 poise. This brings us to 52. So it's 52 with the helmet. 52 with the pants. I'd rather be helmetless, because I look cooler this way. We're gonna need to kill Loretta eventually. Where's the nearest Somber 5? Did not mean to do that. It is not there, gentlemen. Alright, gentlemen, let's go back to this jit. Let's rip it. Is this gonna make us build another tree? Maybe. I think one of the other issues that I have, that I'm noticing, is I am relying too much on the Ash of War that I keep spamming it to an unhealthy degree that's why I keep getting, like, hit and stuff. Because I am just like, Ash of War, Ash of War, Ash of War, but that's not gonna help. So, see, I thought I knew where I was going. But it's not this way. But going up here, or is, oh, hold up. Maybe it is this way? Maybe it's this way? Ah, it's this way. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. There she is. Remember this guy? I would really like the Magic Shroud crack tier instead of the Strength tier. Because, alright. I'm building for the Ash of War, not for the weapon itself. However, part of me... Alright. Didn't even run on the head. Didn't even do the second jump there, but I wouldn't have made it anyways. Maybe. Alright. Nope. Maybe. Nope. Man, this is so hard right now. To think one day I'll have this down to a science when I need to get these things. What? What do you mean I had too much forward lift? Because I wouldn't have made it on top if I didn't do the double jump, but the double jump sent me too far. You know, that's one way to do it. Alright, this is gonna hurt. No, it's not. That one is. Ooh. Ow. Alright. No deaths today, gentlemen. I really hope that's the right guy that I've been trying to kill this whole time, because there's a possibility it wasn't. There's a possibility it was some just random John. Wow. Alright, it was. Strength. Magic. Very good. That should help us do more damage. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do? Do I want to do Radon? We're going to get Somber 5s. Okay, we're gonna get this. Either way, I have to go up to Radon. Like, up to Altis to get access to Radon anyway, so I might as well go this direction anyways. I kind of just need to kill things, honestly. Because I need more runes to upgrade myself anyways, so... I don't know where native Somber 5s are. Because I would honestly love to get this upgraded to near max, or as max as I can get with where I'm at level-wise. I think Caelid's lower scaling than Altis, or at least Langdell. So definitely kind of want to go there more. We could pick up Godfrey Icon. We could. I don't think it's going to be super great. So that's what that symbol does. That's the Ash of War power-up. Yeah, the Spellblade set gives us 2% increase on Ash of War. It's this way. Which is why I want it. Unfortunately, it's not meaty armor. So we may only want to have, like, Roger's hat kind of situation. Like, where we only put a little bit of it on, but we keep, like, majority of other stuff. Which gives us some juice. But nothing crazy. I kind of like to not have to deal with the trebuchets. That's not a trebuchet. Catapults. Not a catapult either. No, it is a trebuchet. Is it a trebuchet? No, Ballista's that. Hold, is that a trebuchet? Gentlemen. A little bit less annoying way to get to Bellum. Okay. Let's see here. Ah! Look at that. It's a trebuchet. I know my medieval stuff. Anyways, Somber 5 location. Where's a good Somber 5? Like, where can I find it? That's not in the Shadow of the Erdtree. Found behind a School of Grave Mage south of Deep Survival. Found by looting corpses inside the large stone ruin at the highest level of Surfree River. Jail Cave. Volcano Manor. One can be found inside the Altus Tunnel in the second cavern. From the Bower of Bounty, Site of Grace. Ooh, what's this one? This one's an Altus. Oh, wait, I don't have it. Let's try to get this. Alright, so I only have got a few more minutes left before I have to leave. So we're going to try to get this Somber 5. So we're going to get the map. And then head on over to the Somber 5 location. Try to get a Somber 6. Upgrade Death's Poker to as high as I can get it with where I am. I don't know how high that is. I also don't know bell bearing locations. You know what's interesting? I'm surprised there isn't a talisman that boosts damage after Frost has been procced. I mean, there might be. I don't know. But I've never seen anyone get it. Because you've got one that does Madness, Poison or Rot, and Bleed. But not one that does Frost. Which I think is interesting. Just saying. I find that kind of interesting. It also would probably be worth going into I forgot what I was thinking about. Yeah, I completely forgot what I was thinking about. So we want to go here. Oh, it was straight up going to be a death to fall damage right there, dude. Holy. Okay. Kind of worm faces right here, dude. Okay, don't get death blighted. Alright, drop by a teardrop scarab southwest from the bower. It's probably that jit right there. Guarded by 3 of them jits. Okay. Rick. And I just want to upgrade my weapon. Regarding literally nothing. Ah, sweet. Spirit Spring! I don't really know where this is leading me, but... this is leading me to Mount Gelmir. No. Somber 6. There's one in Mount Gelmir. Pretty close to basically where we just teleported out of, which is unfortunate because I did not get a sight of grace around there. Hello, EG. You're not EG, you're Hugh. So that's Somber 5 right there. Alright, there is the somber bell bearing, somber 3 bell bearing. Okay, it is in mountaintops though. I think this one's probably the easiest one to get to. Maybe? I'm playing volleyball at 4. Alright, if I can find that spirit spring again, that'd be good. There she is. And we can get there easier. Very nice. Okay. So past the first campsite. All that for an arterial leaf. Of course, there's just a dude right there. Frick. That is exactly why I'm trying to find a safe place to stop and look. Because I know if I go too far, I'm going to get into Anastasia territory. I don't know if this is... I'm going to keep running out of stamina. Alright. Don't think they can get to me. Okay, so I went across the bridge. Yeah, I thought this one would be easier to find. You know, at Samba 5, I feel like should be enough to get us where we need to go. Because then we can get the bell bearing. Because the other way... Yeah, let's rip it. And just head straight for that Knight's Cab. Also, walking in front of these guys is not the smartest idea. Godfrey icon is over here. You can't charge... He's down there. You cannot charge this Ash of War. So it is not particularly useful for this Ash of War, which is unfortunate. I really... See, that's the thing. I don't know what would be useful with this Ash of War, because there's nothing that benefits from Frost. So there's, like, no talismans that are actually useful. Because, like, I suppose... I could, I could get, like, Ritual Sword, Ritual Shield, but, like, you see how easy I take damage. Those don't benefit me very long. Hello, Tree Sentinel Duo. Goodbye, Tree Sentinel Duo. I figured they would be chasing me all the way to the site of grace. I think my favorite boss's, like, moveset in terms of how cool it looks is probably, like, Valiant Guards. The Gargoyles, the guy that just flew in. Now, that's not a boss. But just his moveset. In combination, it looks really cool. I like their moveset. They just look so cool. Now, gold free can't be frosted, so that's not particularly useful. This is why the multi-hit build is kind of nice, because there's actually... There's actually a build that kind of goes on. You know? Alright, so we've got Lanedale. Because in terms of gear, we have this, which this is definitely helping us. This... I mean, I always like Arsenal Charm. This isn't really doing anything for us. This isn't helping us. Because we're not really using charged attacks. Sorry, I just got curious. I saw these staircases. I don't know if I've ever tried going up this before. I don't think it leads anywhere. I know it doesn't lead anywhere. But, none the matter. So we have to kill DTS. Yeah, it doesn't. Would be cool, though. Alright, let's... Think I can make it? I don't. Like, straight up. Well, I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna lie, That's poker's really cool. Such an interesting moveset. What are the crouching? Okay, those all look the same. It's a great sword. Do I rip DTS? I feel like that's really the only, like, all I have left to do at this point is ripping DTS. Ripping DTS. This is probably going to be a death for us. We'll have one tree. I'm giving myself one try because I need to go pretty soon. Now, it's possible I might die in one hit. Oh, oops, I went a little too soon. Out of the path, gentlemen. Why it's there. And I'm really off-roading, holy. What? Alright, so I get 2 shot. Good to know that I only get 2 chances to get hit. Alright, 1 tree. But that's gonna do it, because I have to go. Playing volleyball earlier today. I will say, it does do some nasty damage. Alright. And we can end the recording. We're not gonna build that 1 tree, because I need to go. But that's gonna do it. I need this. Boom. Alright. Gentlemen, it was fun. That's gonna do it. Let's see, is there anybody that I can raid? Anybody that I can raid that's live? This guy's alive. Rated him before. An ad right now. We don't like that. Alright. Let's raid him. I did the emotes out of order. That's fine. Alright. Goodbye.